Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome to the finale of the Final Fantasy IX Let's Play. It has been such a long journey throughout this series on the channel, and I can finally say that the finale is here, and we can go and do the last two battles that are going to happen within our time of the Crystal World. And here we go. So we got ourselves with our very first battle that is going to be happening here within this video for today, and that is going to be with Trance Kuja. Now, this OST is absolute fire. I love this OST so much, and it's just so good to finally hear it once again. Now, if you guys don't know, I have went and beat Final Fantasy IX before, and it has been really fun when I went and first played through this game, and you guys are going to enjoy the end of this game because the ending is just such a heartfelt ending, and it just suits it really nicely. And that's why I have to say, for me personally, is that Final Fantasy IX for me is like one of my favorite, all-time favorite Final Fantasy games throughout the series, and that's like right up there with Final Fantasy VII. Now, how I'm going to be able to go and do this battle here is that I'm just going to be just kind of doing what I did before with Disguise. It's setting up for the Bahamut, setting up for the Rising Sun, setting up for frog drops when it does need to happen. Also Thievery out there for the Dawn, of course. Now again, if you have been stealing out quite a bit, you can get yourself all the way up to 9,999 damage for it, but unfortunately I didn't really have enough steal, so I kind of had to go with just the roughly the 3,000 damage that I have. Now make sure that you go and set up for Mighty Guards if you want to go and kind of boost up your defenses for a little bit. That's what I'm going to be doing here with Kina first, and then just going to be doing the rest of the other things afterwards. Now in this video in its entirety, since this is going to be a post-audio production out here for the Prox Gaming channel right now for Final Fantasy IX, this video in its entirety was almost like an hour long, so I had to go and short everything down just around roughly to like 38 minutes. So you guys won't be able to go and see every type of battle that is going to be happening within for the boss battles in its for its entirety here. So you guys will be able to go and see like little edits that's going to happen, and then we'll be jumping into like the next one that's going to happen as well. Now once we get ourselves all done and finished off with here, and well, within this whole entire Super Saiyan Kuja scenario that is happening here, we will be moving onwards into the next up-and-coming boss, which of course that is going to be the edit right there. And yeah, so be careful with Kuja, of course, because he will be setting up for Karagas as well, trying to reheal himself back up. But the next boss that's going to happen after is going to be a boss by the name of Necron, and Necron is a really annoying boss that happens here as well. And that Grand Cross move, once we go and actually get to see it, it's like almost like, I want to say, close to like an Ozma move, where you kind of like have curse and everything kind of happens all around you, so you want to be a little bit careful. But there we go. So now, since we already went and knocked out with Kuja there, now he's going to go for his ultimate power, which he's going to basically just completely just destroy everybody in sight, and everybody's going to basically get themselves a game over here. This power is just absolutely insane here for what this is going to happen. Now, within these two videos for today, not only are we going to be doing our time out here with the finale of everything of Final Fantasy IX, but we are, of course, also going to be doing a little bit of some Yokai Watch 4 as well, which I am pretty excited about with that, because we are going to be battling out, well, I want to say currently right now here for Final Fantasy IX, you guys should be able to see the Lania Arachnia battle that is going to be happening as well, which that is going to be somewhat of an intense fight within there as well too. So yeah, so now since like we got into this some sort of like apocalyptic situation here where he did that ultimate power, it seems like Zidane just already basically awoken up from here. Now there's another person that's actually talking, and I believe this is going to be all with Necron, and Necron is going to basically make you actually choose out what type of partners that you want to go and have for this final battle. Now you have your own decision of what you want to go and do. For me, I went and chose with my own guys, so I went for Kina, I went for Armorant, and also went for Dagger, because again, that's how I'm going to kind of go and play throughout here. If you want to go and change around with your characters, you can also go and do that as well. I'm pretty certain that any type of character that you have, even if it doesn't matter if it's like Freya or Aiko or any of those other characters that you do have, they're always great for this Necron battle anyways. It's just that for me personally, I just kind of like to go a little bit overpowered, because in this game of Final Fantasy IX, you do have the option to go overpowered within this game. And I do want to go and say though is that Final Fantasy IX is a great starter beginner game for any type of person that wants to go and play through a Final Fantasy game for your very first time, because the bosses are actually somewhat relatively easy in a way, but again, you can be very overpowered in this game and you can go and destroy them pretty quickly. Now the steals within these two bosses that are going to happen, such as with the Trance Kuja that we just went and battled out with, there's nothing really to go out and steal. So again, you don't have to go and do any type of stealing or anything of that type of nature, because even with Necron, for that matter, all that he has is literally a whole bunch of elixirs. Even that, like even his rare, I think is even also elixir as well. So like basically everything that you go and steal from him is like all elixirs. And I think that also goes for, I think, the same thing with Kuja as well. So yeah, so now you're getting to go and choose out for everybody's life sources out here, and that is where you'll be able to get yourself with a free heal. So all your guys, so even though that you may probably think that like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get myself all healed up, why do I only have just only 1 HP with everybody? Well, not to worry, because this little life source that's here, Kina and Freya and like, well, sorry, not Kina or Freya, but like Freya, Vivi, and also with Aiko, they all go and bring all their life sources to the guys that you want to go and use within your way. So that's why with Freya's type of one, it's going to like go and shoot across over to where like Kina's going to be, or like with Vivi, it can go and shoot across to another person that I'm going to go and choose my liking. So there we go. Yeah, I have to say, the OST here that's in this type of like aftermath situation is very, very, very demonic and scary, man. And that even also happens as well too within the Necron OST boss battle music that's gonna happen, because like I always think like even though that is a really good finale OST type of boss battle that happens, it's very creepy in some ways as well. But we come too far to lose now. Yep, that is true. There's an on. We're not here to go and get ourselves with a loss of a game over right now, because unfortunately right here there is no saving at this point. It's going to be all, but you just have to go and just head straight forth into this battle. So here we go, and now you guys are going to be seeing the crazy Necron that's going to be here. Now this guy has like different type of moves that he has. He has like protect, he also has shell, which he can kind of like boost up like his defenses and other things of that type of nature. He also has Grand Cross, which we're going to be seeing later on within this battle, which that's going to be very annoying, but it is a very long animation, let me just tell you that. It's very cool, but it takes like almost like 5 minutes of it just sitting around and waiting for that move to happen. But here we go. Now, if you guys remember, I did have like those wing edges back in my inventory. Well, it's going to finally be that time where those wing edges are going to become somewhat of a massive player out here. Now, you should just have at least roughly around like at least like 8 or so different wing edges, because they do like almost close to like 7,000 damage. But here for Necron though, with him trying to set up with all the shells and everything, it's like you kind of only get like only roughly around like 4,000 damage off, like a little bit sometimes. But there we go. We're gonna set up for thievery once there, just like how we did it before. But when we start heading on into like the actual ending of what this game is going to be all about, it's like a really nice, good type of way that happens later on, because then you get to see all the after stuff that has happened after once this whole battle has literally taken place. You get to see like what Armored's doing afterwards. You get to go see what Kina's doing as well too, and even with Dagger and the rest of the other group that's going to be here. Yeah, he also does have that shockwave move, which that is really annoying, and that could like basically destroy you pretty quickly there. But yeah, let's go for, yeah, you can't really go and eat Necron because that doesn't really work. But we are going to go and set for a frog drop though. So we're going to make sure that is going to play around out here. Now this boss battle in particular, the reason why that this whole video almost got up to like literally an hour or so within my, within everything that was going on within the original video, this was the whole reason, was because of this Necron guy, because most of the times he will go and cure up himself as well too, which that was also a major problem. But here we go, another thievery attack. Let's go do it. Yeah, so basically again, just like how I did it before, just rinse and repeat. Just keep on doing everything that's happening here. Wing edges are your best option here, so just keep on setting up for it. And that frog drop though, it actually does like literally 5,000 damage, which that helps me out quite a bit there. And here we go. This is the move that that is a very scary move, let me just tell you. This goes on for like almost about like 5 minutes out here, it feels like. But it's a really cool, awesome animation though, but it takes like almost like a million years. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna try and just start setting up all my moves now while this animation is going by. Now, if you guys see within my abilities, I do have auto regen, auto life, and I think those are the only two things that I have right there. But those are like your best massive type of help, like right here, because like just having battling out with Trance Kuja and also with and also of course with Necron here, you want to make sure they at least have like auto regen and auto life, because these battles can take off for quite a while. I think also too I do have like locomotion, clear-headed, jelly, I think as well, like quite a bit of some other abilities attached to some of my guys. So now we're almost getting close to, I think, just about to the ending part of this battle here. Oh god, see, like that move just in itself like does all the way down to like 1 damage, but here comes the last wing edge, and I'm pretty sure I think this is when we're done here. And it finally did like almost about like 7,000 damage, so very lucky for that critical right there. And here we go. So now this man is going to literally blow himself up, basically, and completely destroy this whole part of this world that we're in here for whatever type of dimension. So basically it's almost about to become like almost a situation just like what happened with Brawn Ball, basically. Now we have to be really careful now. Yeah, that whole stadium is now completely disappeared like Thanos now. Oh boy. There's just explosions everywhere within this episode for today. You got like Bahamut's explosions, Necron's explosions. Just everything is just going to be filled with explosions. Now, one part in particular within this whole entire video for the finale is that you guys will get to see like a really cool, awesome like animation cutscene that happens with like Zidane, and with him having to like run on in and try to meet up with Kuja so that he could try to like rescue him. Which that is like such an awesome scene, and like just for like this game coming out like in the 2000s and seeing that scene, like with Zidane like running through like all the different like crazy stuff that's happening within like the infantry and stuff, like it's just so awesome to see that, because like they went all out within this game. Now again, just like how I did it before with all the other past different other episodes that I did before out here in the Final Fantasy IX game, is that I will be muting all the different FMV cutscenes, because again, I just don't want to get like flagged or anything for anything of that type of nature with the cutscenes though. Except for the Zidane running through the forest, because I'm pretty sure that that's like fine. Everything else, like actual FMV cutscenes, I can't like actually show off. But yeah, so there we get to go and see Beatrix once more. It's pretty nice that you get to go and see Beatrix again. And I think I already kind of stated that, I think, before in one of our past episodes, like just before heading on into the actual infantry dimension world to head on into Memoria there. Yeah, so now they're trying to reach on over towards to us now, right? I think that's what's happening here. And I think something interesting also happens with Aiko, I think, in the aftermath of everything. Because from what I did tell you guys about, that there is like an aftermath with all the other different characters. There's also something really very nice about that happens with Aiko as well. Now, I don't know if I may probably stop my audio recording during the time of like the aftermath type of stuff that happens afterwards, and I'll let you guys enjoy everything, but we'll see what happens. Because like again, this is like still almost like quite a bit of a long, lengthy video as well too. But if anybody's curious about like what's gonna happen like afterwards, like within Final Fantasy IX and what type of things are gonna happen afterwards, well, if you guys don't know, I am gonna be doing an update on my channel later, and I will be letting you guys in on some information around for what the new games are gonna be happening afterwards. Because like not only are we gonna be complete off with like Final Fantasy IX, but I know that we got like a few other different games that we're going to try and complete off here pretty soon, like with Okami HD and Tears of the Kingdom. And I already do kind of have some games already in mind for what we're going to be doing. Now, one game that I have here for Final Fantasy IX and what I am going to be doing afterwards is that I am going to be playing Persona 4 on the PS2, which I am very excited about with that. And I think this is going to be my very first actual Persona game that I am going to be doing on this channel, because I've never actually played through an actual Persona game yet, and I would not mind actually playing through Persona 4 first, and then get a feel about how Persona 4 is all about, and then head on into with the rest of the other different Persona games later on if I feel like it. Now, also as well too, within the update of that video, I will be telling you guys about me changing up a little bit with my gameplay commentaries here for like everything solo wise. So like if you guys kind of like hear what I am doing right now, right, where I'm just kind of like just doing like somewhat of like a podcasting type of production of this video, since I already went through this episode already and already kind of like played through already like throughout this part. At least I get like a better knowledge about like how I kind of do that here within like the time of like how I do these type of audio recordings. So any type of time that you guys ever see like any type of like solo recordings that are happening out for like any type of Let's Plays that I do, I'm gonna be kind of doing something more like this, where I would just go record through the gameplay, and then afterwards, after when I'm done with the gameplay, I'll do like all my edits and everything and kind of chop it down to like enough good decent size, and then I go and then just talk about through like the game that way. Just so that can kind of help me out and not have like me going through like almost like several different attempts to basically try to get my point across with some of my different like walkthrough tutorials type of stuff that happens. Because I want to make sure that when I'm going and talking through the game, is that I'm actually kind of talking everything about it like in the correct type of way. So yeah, so now everybody is just leaving and heading off into the ship, and we're going to be the ones that are going to be stuck here where the Eiffel tree is going to be. Yeah, Dagger's being like, no, I don't want you to go and just stay here. I want you to, like, go onto the ship. Well, unfortunately, I need to go and rescue Kuja. That's our main mission. Like, even though that Kuja did some bad stuff, you know, at least, we could try to make sure that Kuja is going to be, like, a nice person again. And we'll try and come back. Wink. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, and this was also a pretty sad little part there from the FMV cutscene here for this one. But I remember when I went and played through like the first game, or the first time of me actually playing through this game of Final Fantasy IX when it came out at launch. I actually cried a little bit when I was young for just how like good that this ending is, and you guys will also enjoy it as well too. And I don't know if I may probably cry here as well, because there's always such a good ending of this game, and I'll always go and talk about that. And also, fun fact about this game is that I believe there's also an actual bonus track that you actually get with all the actual music that actually happens within this game. Because not really all that too much amount of PS1 games actually had like an actual soundtrack that came with the actual game as well. But Final Fantasy IX, and I think also a few of the other different Final Fantasy games also had their own soundtrack disc. Yeah, and here comes this awesome cutscene right here. With Zidane running through this area here with like the Eiffel tree and with all these weird, crazy vines chasing after him. This was like one of the most coolest things that have ever happened in the 2000s. Because like, if you guys don't know, I believe Final Fantasy IX was like at the very tail end of the PS1's lifespan. So they went all out on this game. Like, it is like so crazy. It's so awesome how they went all out on just this like part here. Because I always like that whenever it happens, like within like other different like with other different like consoles, like kind of like going on like their ending of like their like final lifespan of whatever, and all the developers just start like going like absolutely crazy like on some of the like final games like for the consoles, because they could go like all out with like the resolutions and the graphics and everything. Yeah, this is like the best part right there. Zidane's always about to go and rescue out with Kuja, and he immediately fails. I love this. Just immediately just falls smacked first into like the ground. all that epicness just for literally for nothing. And just get himself like face planted to the ground. I love that. But at least like he didn't break any bones though. That's actually quite surprising. like a fall through that, like that's like a good like few story drop down there, or whatever the amount of that height is. But like again, he must have probably at least broke like at least like 2 of his legs if that even happened. This man has like the power of Link basically. Like if you guys have ever played through like Tears of the Kingdom or any of those type of natures, that man, or even like some of the past other different like games like Ocarina of Time or whatever, that man, like he could literally fly off a cliff or whatever and like literally not even break any bones in his body. That's literally what Zidane has. He has the power of Link basically. And this was also kind of a nice good heartfelt moment as well too. Because like Kuja basically wanted to like basically kind of end himself, right? And but now like us, Prox, of course, or as I say, Zidane is like trying to like make sure that like he doesn't do that. Like he wants to like for him to like basically become good, not like do all the bad stuff that he went and did before. Yeah, and then that's not good. Yep, and here it comes. Here comes all the vines again. And this gets really bad. And now this is where you think that, oh wait, the dog is going to basically die. No, no, no. That's not the case yet. Or maybe it could be, I don't know. I'm not going to spoil out like too much of everything else here yet. If you guys have never actually wanted to play through the game. Yeah, so now, like, basically what's happening here is that we're going through, like, some sort of, like, I guess, like, little part here where, I don't know if this is probably with Zidane talking about everything that's here, that's happening within this part. And I think that's Bikoko right there, right? Like, one of the clones for, like, from back from Brawl Ball. Because I think she's trying to look for Zidane and Kuja around in this area, but unfortunately it seems like, we're all like basically encapsulated by that vine. There's no way for us to like try to leave, if there is any way. Crazy. Yeah, so I want to say I think like just right on after this little segment is done, we get to go and see everything that happens with all the other different characters afterwards. Now, I'm not going to go and show you guys the full ending of this actual game, though, even though that we run into the credits, because there is an actual license song that actually happens within here. And I actually do enjoy the license song for the ending of this game. But if you guys want to go and hear it, you have to go and listen it onto like another YouTube channel. But I'm not going to go and showcase it here. But it's really good. But for this part, it's not the ending credits yet, so we're going to be here for a little while. Oh yeah, now this part is really interesting because like after once we go and meet up with Puck again, that's like over here. It's really strange because like later on, I guess like from the aftermath that has happened, like during the time after with the whole Crystal World Memoria area, you get to go and see that Vivi actually has like other kids of Vivi out here, which is very strange. Yep, there's the Prince of Prometia. It's pretty nice to go and see Alexandria again, like, afterwards. See, look at all this! There's a whole bunch of Vivis! Oh my god! Like, how the heck did that even happen? Probably those are all the Vivis from Black Mage Village or something. I think that's what must have probably happened. Now, I think we kind of heard, like, with this type of OST, I think before, back in, what was it, Disc 2? Disc 3? During the time of us heading on over to Limblum, because I know that we kind of heard this a little bit. Oh, now we're back over here at, oh, what's this place? I keep on forgetting what this area is, but this is, like, where all Freya's clan members are all at here. I want to say it's Clara, but I could be wrong, because it's, like, another area. I think it is Prometia, yeah. Why did I even forget about that? Because we just saw the Prince of Prometia, and then all of a sudden I forget about what this area is all about. Now I think there was like something that I missed here in Prometia as like an actual item for Freya, but it's okay. Again, I don't care. I missed an item. It's not that much of a big deal. Again, we have like much better items than anything else. It's just too bad that I never really got to go and use Freya that much, because like I love Freya. I love the moveset and like the build that you could go and build up on Freya. It's just that like with the team that I had, I think it was just much better. But I do have to recommend though, if you want to go and actually battle with Ozma, Freya is like a best option for that, because like it dodges like half of like Ozma's moves just with that high jump move. Oh, and then you get to see Beatrix as well. Yeah, and apparently it seems like she's done trying to be like a warrior here, or like trying to be like a like a guard within this area. But then I think Starter actually stops that, because like again, both Starter and Beatrix are basically are almost a couple at this point, or I think they are dating. I think right now in this disc, I can't really remember. And then you get to see Armor in here as well too. I'm not really too entirely sure on why he's coming from this type of way here. Yeah, why he's going to Alexandria. Maybe I'll get to go and figure this out here now. Yep, Armor is just being Armorant, basically. He's the guy that is like, just doesn't really care about too much about people that much. And then we get to go see Kita's side of the stuff. Him and his food, man. He always likes to eat up a lot of stuff. And that's how we got all that blue magic spells. And I'm very happy that we got every single one for the end of this game. And let me tell you, once you get that frog drop, like, all said and done, like, during the time that you go and collect all the different frogs, like, in all the different cube marshes, you're basically set with Kita, and then you're, like, fully, like, overpowered with him at that point. And Aiko, we never even used Aiko that much. That's the sad thing, you know, like, Aiko's, like, also another Edolan user. We haven't even hardly ever used her that much. I literally picked up with, like, the ultimate item, I think, for her, or, like, the last good item for Aiko, but we just never really ever used it. I could have had myself a little bit of a much, like, harder battle if I wanted to actually go and use Aiko, but I think for me personally is that since I didn't like build up around with her that much, I kind of would like to at least have Dagger still, because I have like Atmos and Bahamut and Leviathan. I have like all of those like all attached to Dagger there. Oh yeah, so yeah. So this little segment right here, that was what I was talking to you guys about, is that Aiko is now finally calling Sid and his wife both mom and father at this point, because I believe before Aiko didn't really have a family, right? The only family that she had was just a bunch of Moogles over at Midday Arena. That was about it. Well, that's pretty nice. At least she finally has some sort of family now. Yeah, and then here comes this part here where I believe Starter goes and like figures out what's going on with Beatrix here. And where are we at right now? Oh yeah, we're almost getting close to the end. We got like 10 minutes. Now, there is a segment that does happen afterwards, after with the whole, like, aftermath is done. I'm pretty certain there is a segment that does happen where, I want to say throughout the cutscene, we actually get to see I Want to Be Your Canary. I want to say within that theater play that's going to be happening. Which that's going to be pretty interesting, because I don't think we ever got to see the actual theater play. I know that we've done it before since, like, the very beginning of, like, the main game. I want to say so, right? And we went through like a little bit about it, but we never got to see like the full theater play, but I believe that's what's going to happen here now. I was thinking about during this video, like during the time of like this whole like video that I was like doing all the rendering and stuff with, was that I was thinking about like kind of like editing out the whole entire theater play, but I think you guys will probably enjoy it, I think, at least, right? Yep, and there's like Marcus's group and everybody else, so they're all going to be able to go and doing their play now. And my memories will be part of the sky. Yep, and that, well, at first you kind of just wonder and think to yourself, like, oh man, Zidon's actually really gone? But there's still more stuff to it. So now Steiner and Beatrix are going to still be as guards here still. You know, we get to see Princess Dagger finally in her special attire now, which that's really nice to go see. And I guess, you know what? To be fully honest with you, I think what I'm gonna go and do is that I'll meet you guys back after once like the theater play is done, and I'll let you guys enjoy with everything that's gonna happen with it here. And there we go, guys. And after seeing throughout that play, we got to go and see that Zidane actually did survive throughout that whole entire segment there. So that's why I kind of want to keep things a little bit quiet so that you guys can actually feel the reaction that was going on for that. I remember when I first went and played through this game, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, like, actually, like, seriously? Like, Zidane actually survived through that? Like, that's insane. But yeah, here we go. So now, finally, Steiner and Beatrix are going to let Dagger go and see Zidane finally going to be here. Oh no, this part is just so cool. So now so she has to go through all these, like, crowds of people. Now, I think also, too, during this process, I think she also loses her necklace. I think if that happens from before, I think that's how I can vaguely recall about how the ending of this part's going to be here. Oh no, her necklace. But don't worry about it now, Dagger. Go and see Zidane. And there we are. And there he is right there. I just love this. Like, this moment right here, when I first played this game, that made me cry right there. Just seeing, like, both Zidane and Dagger finally back. Everybody's overjoyed. And there it is. And that is the end of the game, guys. And now this is where I'm going to go and say my ending of my outro here. And that is, thank you guys so much for seeing this series. I know it was a long time for this game to go and end, but it's finally here. Finally within the end of 2023. Thank goodness that we're not here in 2024 doing this game, but I'm finally happy that we're done with this. And, well, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, also subscribe to the channel if you do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And, of course, peace.